and against naan.
Against
Naan. Yes.
pizza.
And you will speak in favor of naan and against pizza. All right.
Well, and, when the name comes of pizza,
Yeah.
the mouth-watering name is pizza. When we listen in anybody that they are going to have pizza, they are going to like pizza, they want to order the pizza, the whole of the family is going to agree that yes, we are going to eat it, we are going to love it at any time, at any in the in the in the midnight, in the evening, in the morning, whenever the family member is going to ask that you are going to having pizza, and yes, no one is having the answer of no. Everyone is saying that yes, we are going to have pizza anytime, 24 by 7.
All right. Your turn, Toastmaster Saad.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I think it's a no-brainer when we want to compare naan with pizza. So I think you might have heard a phrase, if the grass is always greener on the other side. Anywhere you go, if you talk about Pakistan, you have a naan shop on every corner. Pizza, now let's weigh the benefits and the pros and cons. Benefit, cost, easily available, and full of energy, gives you the right ingredients you want your body to. Uh, I know, look at the tummy, it's big, but then again, you need to exercise a bit as well. So that's the cons of both. When you talk about pizza, very expensive. Yeah, you have to go pay a lot of amount, full of cheese. Yeah, and as Bija just mentioned, pizza is an, a dish that was maybe invented by me. But naan is something we can own. Yeah? And just being, standing in Pakistan, being a patriotic person, I think always go for something that you can own, and let's go with the idea of having pizza in preference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you. I will like our next pair to once again come from online participants. All right. Madam President, are you available? Of course you are.
Yes, I am.
And okay. Toastmaster Abid, are you there? Okay. Guest Mehdi, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Great. So, okay. So, both of you, guest Mehdi, if you can turn on your video, that would be wonderful. Can you turn on your video? Hello, guest Mehdi?
Yes.
Can you please turn on your video?
My laptop didn't have camera, so.
All right.
Sorry for
No
that.
worries. Okay. So, okay, Toastmaster Mohammed Mehdi and Toastmaster Hiba Khan. Your topic is, wait for it, it is contentious. Korma versus kunna. All right.
I don't know about kunna. What is kunna?
All right. No worries. Thanks for sabotaging that. Do you know what Nahari is?
Yes. I.
All right. So Mr. Mehdi, you will speak in favor of Nahari and against Korma, right? And after that, Toastmaster Heba, you'll speak in favor of korma and against nahari. All right?
Okay.
And word of the day is gratifying. Apologies, word master, I forgot to remind, but word of the day is gratifying. So, Toastmaster Muhammad Mehdi, you go ahead first and defend
Yes.
nahari and against korma.
Nehari, it's a very, by word, it's a very pleasurous dish. Uh, when my mom cook nehari, there's a special treatment with it. But in korma, there is just a traditional taste, just like not normal salan of other things. And Nehari is where Nehari. Some people make very much encashment from Nehari as well. They just like Javed Nehari and Zahid Nehari. There are many places for Nehari, but I don't think that some. I have never heard about korma. So people like more Nehari as, and I also like that. And Nehari is very special dish. There is a special specific type of meat, what we say bong, uh, in that dip in the salan, and we eat with naan, and there is special something preparations for eating nahari. So I prefer that nahari is best.
All
I hope
right.
that I explained it well. My internet connection is.
You have explained all too well because all of us are now feeling so hungry. But you know who is a master at making people feel hungry? Our next speaker, Toastmaster Heba Khan. So Toastmaster Heba, please defend korma against nahari.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Korma is, from my experience, korma is something made especially, it can be made regularly, unlike nihari, and it does not require all sorts of, unlike nihari, it does not take much time to be made, and can be made within an hour or so. Nihari is a slow cooking dish from what I've seen my mother do, and it takes time to be made. And nihari, although nihari can be made all the year round, but in my view, nihari should be specifically enjoyed in the winter season because it's a warm dish and it gives you, it makes you feel warm inside and good inside, just like pie. And pie and nihari, in my view, should be eaten specifically in the winter. And korma is something which can be eaten, all year round. It does not take time, and it's unlike nihari. It has a nutty, burnt taste, and it can be also korma is also served in wedding and festivities, unlike nihari. And that's about it.
Thank you so much. And wow. So we heard from guest Mehdi that there is Javed Nahari and Sabir Nahari, while there is no specific korma wala, right? But you argued successfully that it is korma that is served in weddings and not Nahari. So wow, absolutely fantastic. Okay, our last pair, we will try to pair someone from someone online and in person. So last call, Toastmaster Abid Ali Habib, are you there? Sorry? Yeah. Toastmaster Abid, are you there? All right. Your flight is missed, unfortunately. I believe Toastmaster Asgar would like to have a go. Toastmaster Asgar, you're there? Yes, you are. And from here, who would like to come? All right. Come on the stage. All right. Toastmaster Asgar versus Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Toastmaster Asgar, it is a battle for the ages because you will defend Sajji against fried chicken, whereas Toastmaster Majid will do vice versa. So yes, Toastmaster Asghar, your turn, sir.
Well, it is. I know it's a deliberate attempt on behalf of you to put me with Sajji, but frankly speaking, I like it. I have an ingrained bias for this liking. And apart from my ingrained bias, let me put forward some of my rational points to support my bias. Number one, it is not. It is very much less polluted with oil, masalas, and inside sort of covers. We get it in a more healthier way than the one liked by my able friend TM Majid Akhtar. I think Sajji is something should be there, and it should be it should be the only food which our medical expert preached it because of it is less because being less polluted from the other ingredient. Unfortunately, people in Karachi usually do not give it importance due to the reason best known to them. I have only I have seen only one Sajji house somewhere in Gulistan Johar, but it's deserted even the best of the time from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And this is one of the reason I think please be the messenger of my message and tell your friends, your near and dear ones, your mohalladars, to please go towards the Sajji because it is better for your health than the other way, than the other foods which is being prepared from the from this meat. And this is the end from my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. And now Toastmaster Majid, your turn.
All right, so my learned friend was trying to advocate Sajji, and he was saying that that fried chicken is very polluted. So let me tell you, dear Muslim, you're also living in Karachi, you're also living in Pakistan, and the environment is so polluted that now if we get anything to eat, we get sick. So we do not want to get sick. We are so used to this polluted things that if Sajji is also polluted, then I'm telling you, the rush onto the Sajji house is going to be increased so much. So only because of its polluteness, only because of its polluteness today, it is actually countering. It is being compared against Sajji. Sajji is such a dry food. I tried eating it for once, and then I, in fact, never tried it again. Because when you are trying to eat Sajji, you need to have something. Supplementing Sajji to at least, push it to the stomach, because you at least need a raita or some chutney, because otherwise Sajji is going to kill you. It is not going to cross the throat even. It is going to get stuck in the throat. So if you really want to live, you'll have to have something polluted. And that pollution of oil, oh my God, I'm telling you that. Unless you will not try option number 2, you will not come to know what you have been missing. So you have been missing something polluted, but I'm telling you that thing is so heavily. You have been, I'm very sad for you because you have never tried this polluted stuff. Because if you'll try only for once, then your generations after, every upcoming generation of yours is always going to try this polluted food. So if you want yourself to survive from here onward, start having that polluted food. Over to the doctor.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar and Toastmaster Majid. Both of you had some misunderstandings or twisting of truth in your speeches. Toastmaster Asghar, first of all, there is not just one Sajji wala in Gulistan Johar. There's a whole line of them near Hassan Square. You should get out more often. And they are thronged with people during dinner time. And secondly, Toastmaster Majid Akhtar, Toastmaster Asghar was not talking about aerial pollution, he was talking about oil, but you defended it successfully, that why oil is needed. So, yeah. So absolutely fantastic job, everyone. And this brings an end to our table topic session. Since I was timing, everyone was qualified, so I'll be floating the poll for your votes. And with that, over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, and moving on to the last segment of the meeting, that is the general evaluation. I call upon the general evaluator, TM Majid Akhtar. Over to you.
Fadil, you're on mute.
Apologies. All right, you can continue.
All right. So the first speech was delivered by DTM Talha bin Hamid, and DTM Talha bin Hamid was evaluated by TM Saad Hamid. So may I please request TM Saad take the stage and evaluate.
Fellow Toastmasters guests, so BDM Talha delivered his project Innovative Planning and Level 4 elective for the question and answer session. The world of words. So BDM Talha started off with asking everyone whether they who writes to read books, that's right. And it very well got into the main idea of the speech as to whether we think we are good at writing. Then BDM Talha very well introduced the idea of creative writing and the new club that he has introduced, the Word Wise Club, and how it will help people write speeches, and then someone else delivering it, which is sort of an art, as Bala said. When leaders quote others, people don't remember who wrote, they just talk about the leader who has spoken. And I think that is one of the skills that will come out when we join this club. Overall, I think Vivian Talha was very engaging. I think he maintained eye contact with people here in the room as well as those online. He had local variety, spoke very well, hand gestures were all there. Then I think when Vivian Talha introduced Alexander Madin, who is the runner-up, I think that gave an idea as to how important this club is. I particularly like the idea when he talked about the meeting time and then how it works well so that everyone throughout the group can join that. Now, a few feedbacks going to improvement area. Yeah. I think one very important element of the speech could have been that DTM Talha could have. So there were two meetings. Maybe if you could incorporate the feedback of the 16 members that are already part of the club to cement the idea as to how that helped those members, and then why other members should join the club and how it would help them. One other thing, and maybe it might be unique, is that you could have spent 10 to 12 minutes with the speech and opened up some more time for the question and answer, because I think you were rushing the question and answer session because of the time here.
Yeah.
So, but apart from that, I think it was a very well delivered speech. It had all the elements, and I wish you the best. Over to you, Jennifer.
Right, wonderful. Thank you so much, TM Sadami. So the next speech was from TM Umair Ahmed, and the evaluator of TM Umair's speech was TM Majid Akhtar. So there you go. So TM Umair, congratulations on delivering this nice speech. I remember we met at ICAP, CA Toastmasters, and I appreciated Karachi Toastmasters Club. I told that the music is very different. So you, instead of getting scared, you took on the challenge and you joined the club. So I, in fact, liked it. So after listening to your speech, what I noted was that you started with engaging the audience right away from the very beginning. You forced everybody to start imagining the situation which you gave them. That was a very nice idea because that way everybody started thinking about the situation, about two aeroplanes which were about to get collide. And then you gave them this idea that these two different aeroplanes were two different leaders, and this was a situation of conflict. So your topic was very nice. Your not only topic was very nice, but you delivered it very nicely as well. Your flow of thought was also good. Your content was very nice, and justices were also pretty much supporting your speech. If we are coming to Toastmaster, we come and learn. So content-wise, the presentation was very nice. When you talk about body language, so maybe the eye contact can be little worked upon because maybe you're thinking little too much about the topic, or you had ratified the topic because maybe eye contact was mainly resting on the table most of the time. So instead of resting on the table, it had this eye contact being made with the people and certain who were actually sitting here. This would have been more appealing to the audience. I like the energy in your voice always because there is always energy. You are a sincere speaker. You talk with sincerity, which is very good. So just to further polish that sincerity, bring a little more energy sometime, make use of that voice modulation. Just read about that voice modulation thing in the Toastmaster manual, that how that voice modulation part is utilized. You're already an amazing speaker. You have very good voice. You have all the energy. You have all the sincerity. Only make use of that voice modulation a little bit. Only the eye contact, plus little stage movement, and the voice modulation. If these things are added, you are already an amazing speaker. I'm telling you, you will be giving very tough time to the champion speakers of Karachi Toastmasters. And pretty soon, I can see you becoming the international champion of Toastmasters very soon. Because only these things, if only these ingredients are once added, I'm telling you, you will be surprising yourself. Overall, great project. Congratulations. Continue coming. Keep giving us surprises and keep letting us learn from you. Congratulations. So the next speech was done by TM Mufaddal, and I'm amazed that I do not know the evaluator. Who's the evaluator?
Yeah, I have missed it.
TM
Yeah.
Rusa. All right. So may I please invite TM Rusa to do the evaluation?
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Mufaddal, today his speech was about volunteering within an organization. I must say your speech was not just mesmerizing, it was also very trailblazing, to say the least. What I loved about your speech was how you started with an exclamation, and that really got my attention. I was intrigued. First, there was the title that I could barely pronounce, something to do with phobia. And then there was that exclamation. That was a really wonderful start. The next thing about your speech was the captivating succession of stories. You first talked about the topic itself. You explained what in a form of story. Then you launched to tell us a little bit more, and then you told us about inventors. So there was a very logical flow. It was easy to follow, and it was very, very relatable. That was really very well written. And then the last thing were the visuals. I enjoyed seeing all the pictures of your endeavors as the president in Inventors and everything that was put together. Very nice news clippings and everything. So That was really, really well done in the entire speech. So what could have been improved? Two things. I think it's somewhere in the middle. You said you referenced an old speech. You said something, if you remember, something like that. Even if people remember your speech, it is not advisable to reference an old material. People may remember, people may not remember. I did not remember that reference. So it's better to just skip it or just reiterate whatever that portion was. Just bring back the whole thing that you were referencing, say it again so that people can recall it. Then the ending. It was a really nice message. It was a very succinct CTA. But personally, I felt that your entire story with inventors and everything, it had hyped my expectations. I was really expecting for something really grand in coming through, but it mellowed down. It came down. The whole thing fell a little bit flat. So there is a little bit of room for improvement. And the last thing that I did not find in your speech, the objective of your project asked for a succession plan of your leadership role. So I did not hear you talk about any succession plan. So maybe you can consider this the next time. Overall, I really enjoyed listening to your stint at Inventors. It was really wonderful listening to that whole period. Over to you, General Valved.
Talking 2 minutes, 36 seconds.
Right. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Rusa. So please include her name in the table topics. She was already there in the table topics.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so the next speech was done by TM Asghar. And the speech of TM Asghar was evaluated by TM Mufaddal. So may I please request TM Mufaddal to take the stage and do the evaluation.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. My target speaker, TM Asghar, was talking about leadership styles. He started very naturally mentioning that what are the leadership styles. And he also mentioned that the leadership styles nurture with time. They depend on conditions. He shared that leadership style depends on the organization. He also mentioned his experience and how he had worked 20 years in public sector, meeting different people all around, and later on he was improvising, improving himself, and changing his leadership styles according to the requirement, and that actually fits for the purpose. Lately, he mentioned that it was discovered that his leadership style was a bureaucratic style. And that was the point where he entered humor into the speech and he again got our attention. I really like the way he was using his hand gestures. If you remember, he said about something related with the top position and the bottom position. So he was using his hands like this, so you can exactly connect what he was trying to explain. Then he was holding his hand like this when he was using the word force, and also he was talking about forces, and his hand gestures were up to the mark. His movement for the stage was also appropriate. He was moving left and right. His vocal variety was also up to the mark. He was using voice modulation exactly the way it had to be. Other than that, he also talked about that the best style depends on the conditions. You have to alter them according to the requirements. The areas of the improvement are that the end of the speech, he had given a lot of technical details, talked a lot of useful information for all of us, but then the end was quite abrupt. That he ended it quite abruptly, and the transition was very sudden that he is about to end the speech. So that is only the area I felt that it can be improved. And otherwise, the speech was wonderful. I really enjoyed your speech. All in all, it was a very good speech. Talked about different leadership styles, added a bit of humor by talking about his leadership style when he discovered, used his modulations, gestures, hand movement effectively. Just this sudden transition can add more value to his speech. Over to you, judges.
Bravo, sir. Wonderfully done. So next speaker was TM Bijar Khan. And the speech was evaluated by TM Umair. So may we please have TM Umair on the stage.
Mr. Bijar Khan was presenting the pastry. It started very great. I think the story of the times of your brother that you had been playing that song was amazing. Because that was some humor in that. And after that, you had started you had stated that when Italy and how the and you just made us go through the whole thing about the tomatoes and all those things. So it was very engaging, and we liked the way you had presented the idea of tomatoes and how the Italians think about it and the difference of the south and north. You are already a very good speaker. You have been great. You were very much confident and very clear and excelled at it. And you were really smiling a pleasant personality that really engaging, and engaging. So it was great. Your hand gestures were good. You were very much confident here on the stage. You were not afraid of. One thing that I have noticed that I should also work that Martin has said about the stage moving, but not purposeful. So that really was not like that. That was going here or not according to the speech. Secondly, the voice modulation, that what I have a problem, also have that a little bit, but not that much to my extent. I think you were better at that, and you were creating that voice up and down a bit, and you tried it more. And I think you must work on that to make it more engaging by increasing your voice and then lowering it. You must challenge yourself with your voice modulation, I think, and obviously your health justice was also good, but sometimes, but what I have seen that justice can be improved a bit more. Your clarity was amazing. You were speaking very beautifully, and I think every word was very, very much clear. You were able to listen to you. Vocal variety was a little bit a little bit lesser than I was expecting. The vocal variety was very much flat. Was a little bit could have been better. Eye contact was good. You were looking at all the participants whenever you were when you were delivering the speech. Gestures was, as I said, could have been improved. Your comfort level was amazing, and I like that. So all in all, it was a great speech, and there are some little bit if you do it, I think it will be a great thing.
Right, excellent. Fantastic. Everybody was good speaker. Really, I enjoyed Team Bijar's speech. Only one thing which I would like to add, as a general evaluator, at times you were like, I mean, it was appearing as if you were thinking too much. Probably you had the speech in your mind and you were trying to recall the points. So that recalling phase was, making the audience wait for a little too much. But otherwise, the speech is awesome. Anyway, so with this said and done, the first evaluation part is over. I would ask the timer if there was any disqualification.
No, there is no disqualification.
All right, so now please vote for the best evaluator. And the evaluators were TM Saad, TM Majid Akhtar, MTM Gurusa, TM Mufaddal, and TM Umair. Whoever do you think was better at doing the job of evaluator, please vote for the best evaluator. And now with this, we will move to the next evaluation, which is of table topics. And it's an honor for us that the victorious of last speech contest, is with us, TM Anam Kadri. So now stage is being handed over to MDM Anam Kadri for the table topics evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. All right, shall I wait because I can hear my voice?
Your voice is good. You can start.
Yeah, you can start.
Oh, okay. Okay, so fellow Toastmasters and guests, very informative table topic. And yes, it was scrumptious as well. And right now, since I didn't have dinner yet, so you can see, you can actually say that I'm actually drooling for the dinner right now. So starting off with DTM Sarfaraz and Toastmaster Urusa, the two gurus that we have at the moment. And yes, they proved it. They had the humor. They were spontaneous enough to speak. They spoke up really well, very convincing. Both of them were equally convincing. And that left me with the decision as to what to cook for the next 2 days. And it's still to be decided which one to go first, biryani or pilau, because I'm still going with that. But yes, both of them were very convincing, very confident as usual. They started off with good points, worthy to be discussed, worthy to be explained, and worthy to change your mind in the end. The message that we get from the duo was that next time, this should have been a debate, because it was supposed to be a debate. And instead of asking whether to start off, one should have ended the speech and the other would have taken up from their end, so that it seems to be a debate in actual. Okay. So, okay, next duo we have is Toastmaster Shehroz and Toastmaster Mariam. They talked about tea and coffee. Toastmaster Shehroz, yes. Fortunately, I had my tea, else I would have kept the cup somewhere else. You were really nice. You had your points. You knew what to say and how to say it. Just that it would have been better if, when talking to the online audience, you are more aware and you are you actually look onto the screen when you are speaking, so that the person ahead would know, yes, you are talking to me, and this needs to be addressed. There were a few expressions that need to be worked on, but overall your content was really nice. Toastmaster Mariam, your expression in voice was there, although I couldn't see your screen, and that was something that I was missing so much, because I wanted to see your expression when you were actually saying something bad to me. And well, I am a coffee lover as well, but I really want to see those faces who hate tea. So I was really looking forward to your expression. The message that I got from this duo was that it's better to avoid using the Urdu words, either translate them into English or avoid using them, because humor that comes from Urdu is not that we actually intend to do when we are in the Toastmasters world. We try to bring in humor through English words most convincingly. Okay, the next duo was Toastmaster Shahrukh and Toastmaster Saad. They talked about pizza and naan. Both of them were convincing. They knew what they were talking about. Starting off with Toastmaster Shahrukh, you were aware of the online audience. That was a really positive thing, because I got the point, yes, you are talking to me and I need to evaluate it. You had the humor in your speech. The only thing that I found was that your hands were tied forward when you were speaking. So if this could be, obviously it's still the beginning, I can see, but with passage of time, the more you are open with your hand gestures, the more you will gain the confidence and you will get the ideas as well. You would be more creative when you are open in your hand gestures. Toastmaster Saad, you started off really nicely, confidently. You had the hand gestures that showed your confidence. You were convincing enough to hold the debate. And plus, you started off really nicely with proper greetings. The message that we get is that hand gestures are very important. when you are delivering a speech, because that shows your confidence level. And being the evaluator, when I can assess your confidence through your hand gestures, that means that you have come in the good books of the evaluator from the first sentence that you have uttered. Okay, so next one was Toastmaster Hiba and guest Mehdi. They talked about Korma versus Nahari. Both of them were very clear. They were very expressive. Expressive means guest Mehdi, obviously he had his own reservations in opening up the video. But then, yes, his voice was clear. He was convincing enough. He had the points ready. He knew what he was talking about. Similarly, Toastmaster Hiba, you were very expressive. I like the way you said nutty burnt taste of Nihari. That was a really nice expression of putting forward whatever your ideas were. The message that I got here from this duo was that visuals are something that needs to be reinforced and needs to be worked at, because that gives a very good effect, especially when one of the speaker is, I can see them and the other I couldn't, so I missed it terribly. Okay, the last one was Toastmaster Asghar and Toastmaster Majid. They talked about Saji and fried chicken, another guru duo. They started off, both of them had the humor, both started off really well. They had excellent vocabulary. They knew what they were talking about. They were very enthusiastic. They were very expressive. They had the right words, especially when Toastmaster Asghar explained how fried chicken was liquefied in oil and spice, and how Toastmaster Majid actually was convincing enough that oil was necessary to move it down our throats, or to actually engulf it. So this was something that was debated, and I like that point really well. Despite the fact that there was the red light when Toastmaster Asghar, but he wound up really nicely. The moment he saw the red light and he ended it, didn't look abrupt as well. His point was complete. So this is a big accomplishment on my behalf. The message that I got from this duo was that the light in the room is very important. Somehow Toastmaster Asghar had an excellent ambience and excellent lighting, and that was putting the light in the beach luxury at the moment in the dark. I couldn't see Toastmaster Majid's expression that well. So that means that light is very important, especially when you are delivering a speech. Overall, it was a really nice session. And one thing that I need to know, or that I need to point out for all these speakers, was that greetings are very important when you are delivering a speech. So only 2 of them actually greeted. I missed out if DTM Sarfaraz greeted. He usually does. But then Toastmaster Saad and Toastmaster Hiba, these were the 2 ones who actually greeted our fellow Toastmasters and guests. Also, one thing that needs to be made sure, whenever there is a sort of a debate, please try to keep the new ones for the second place, and the already seasoned Toastmasters in the first place, so that they get some time to work on their points before coming on the stage. That will give them the confidence to speak as well. Overall, I love the session. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Rahul, thank you so much. MTM Ansari, wonderful evaluation, great message, and great points to learn. All right, so we are done with the table topics evaluation as well. And now there is going to be the report from the role holders. So the first role holder today we have as grammarian, and the grammarian was done by TM Saad Hamid. So please request TM Saad to give the report and to begin. And you can also combine your report of word master along, because you're also the word master of the day. Yeah.
That's the easy one. So I think in the overall meeting, there was some very excellent, I would say. And first time I heard of some of the usage of grammar, especially Toastmaster Asgar's speech. I tried to note it down, but it was so off scale. I tried to write it, I couldn't. So that speech is an exception. I couldn't note it down, but it was full of some exceptional grammar. So let me just point out a few, uh, recycling all the cliches. You know what about flattery? It always works. My bones were 22 years old. It will help you overcome the fear of opinion. No two brains same. Uh, not resolved correctly. It would have been could not be resolved. After what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I think to myself, what a wonderful word. His older version would have been is an older version. And you would get it. That's it.
Right. Word mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So the word of the day was the word of the day was gratifying, and it was only used by Toastmasters twice, whereas none of the other speakers could incorporate the word in their speeches. Over to you, Jennifer.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful report. So, next report was from the R counter, but TM Kareem Meghani is not around.
Yeah.
So do we have any R counter today?
No, actually, he
So-
had to leave in an emergency,
All
so
right,
we couldn't
okay. So
appoint.
that's fine. That's fine because apparently there weren't much pillar tools used by the speakers. Everybody was almost fluent. So the R counter report is given by the journal directly that there were like no bridges used for the two words to connect, and the fluency was too much. All right. So the next, and with this, I guess the whole report of the roll holders is done.
Timer.
Timer, all right. So maybe we have the feedback of timer if there was any disqualification. So they like please share disqualification. All right. So, qualified.
Yeah, listeners letter. Yeah.
All right. So we have one
Good
listener.
listening.
So please put your hands together for the super listener class done by Kim.
Thank you very much, Daniel Evaluator. So there are very less few questions. I won't be putting you in hard times. So the first one. DTM Dalha mentioned the only way to learn to write is what? The only way to learn write is what? Right. Correct. Yes. Good. What was the time decided for the meeting?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay, what collided and banged in the start of the TM Umair's speech?
2 trains.
Okay, a famous writer said, no two, you have to fill the word, no two dash are same. Rain. Okay, the south of the Italy makes which tomatoes? TM Vidar, no. He was about to speak. It was coming out.
Complicated.
Complicated name, yeah, but what is the name? Anyone?
Pometano.
No, but that was the actual name they used for tomato.
Cherry tomato.
Poma something.
Pacino.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the north of the Italy? The long one, right?
Yeah.
Anyone?
What is the
Long tomatoes.
Long tomato called.
Name of the
The south of the Italy makes
tomato.
Saint Marzano, right? Saint Marzano.
Wow.
Okay, and what do they call? Like what do they call tomatoes? You said it, right?
Yeah, Pometano, something.
Pomodoro.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all from my side. Over to
All
you,
right.
James.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for your report. So, with this, we have almost reached the ending part of today's meeting. It was a wonderful meeting once again. It was good to see good speakers coming up, showing up. So, I would request the Karachi audience to please do come to the beach luxury, because it's always nice to see this room filled with energetic people. So, it's not that good to see the vacant spaces, although we do invite Jannat here as well. So, but they do not like to participate, so we just leave the chairs vacant for them. So overall, the event was very nice. The standees were not here, so
Yeah.
the standees, probably we can bring the culture of standees back in the meetings, because that way any guest can also get to know that what this club is all about, and the presentation of the meeting is going to be good. One, two, overall, the meeting went very smooth, very nice. We probably were a little late in the beginning, but again, the whole thing was taken up and tackled very nicely. Every speaker spoke very nicely. Only the audience, PM Azhar, PM Purusa Kamal, and all the audience who can come here are once again invited for coming Wednesday to please come and let us have your presentation here directly in the Beach Luxury Club. So with this said and done, thank you so much for the wonderful show. It was great to see everybody doing very remarkably nice. Every speaker spoke very nicely. And now we are marching to the end of the meeting. And now I would like to ask the vote
Best-
counter if
yeah.
the votes are ready.
Yeah, please vote for the best facilitator and best big four. So yeah, I'm floating the polls, right? It will take a little bit, so just give me a second. First, everyone, please vote for the best facilitator. Everyone,
Please vote for the best facilitator.
and you can now hand over to the Toastmaster of the day and the president.
Okay, so with this, now I'm actually handing over the joint back to the Toastmaster of the evening, and with
Toastmaster
Hiba,
Hiba.
President Hiba. All right, thank you.
Okay, do we have any announcements to make? DTM Tala?
Yeah, sure. Let me just float the poll for both best big four and best. So everyone, please vote while I make the announcements. So 2 forms are there in the Zoom chat box and also in the KTC WhatsApp group. Please click on both and vote. And in the meantime, sorry. Yeah. In the meantime, let me announce that first we skipped the part of the business session in the beginning. So it is high time that we compensated for that. During last week, we had actually 2 meetings. The first meeting was the open house exactly 1 week ago. Best speaker was DTM Sarfraz. Best table topics guest Nisar Asadi. Best evaluator Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Best big four Toastmaster Hinali. The table topics master and best facilitator Toastmaster Ali Zargam and Toastmaster Hiba joined. Critics' choice was won by DTM Sarfraz. Second place was Toastmaster Lydia Norman, and third place was myself. But we also had So yeah, that was our last meeting, right? And there's no other business. The next meeting, of course, is coming up exactly 1 week from now. And if the votes are ready, Madam President, can I announce the votes if they're ready?
Yes.
All right. So the first vote is for best speaker. And best speaker today, best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Congratulations. Best table topics goes to Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. Congratulations. Best facilitator today goes to Toastmaster Mufaddal once again, listener. Congratulations. And best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Majid Akhtar. It seems only 2 people participated in the meeting today. So, and Finally, best big four goes to what the Toastmaster Anam Kadri, the table topics evaluate. So yeah, I did all the hard work of thinking up the table topics and pitting people against each other. And what happens? Toastmaster Anam wins the best table topics, best big four. So yeah, congratulations. Just one last announcement: the Critics' Choice Award. As we know, Critics' Choice is all the speeches rated by a secret critic on the International Speech Contest ballot, and we also take into account the qualification, of course, time-wise, and how closely the project stuck to the objectives. So, according to the secret critics, the third place goes to Toastmaster Umer. Congratulations. The second place goes to myself, and first place goes to Toastmaster Mufaddal. Congratulations on a hat trick. So, you know what happens when not many members turn up and there are not many speeches and not many takers of the roles? The same few people end up winning most of the awards. But no, I'm being unfair and I'm unfairly taking away from Toastmaster Mufaddal's and everyone else's contributions, Toastmaster Majid. So the challenge for us is to, try to make ourselves better. And yeah, I would also need one more minute of your time, everyone. And yes, I won't leave you without. I'm floating the advertisement for taking up roles in the next meeting. So it is appearing in your WhatsApp, in our club's WhatsApp group. Please take a minute to nominate yourself for any role. It's appearing in the WhatsApp group. Wait, yeah, there it is. Sorry, no, this is not it. I don't know what's happening. Just give me a second. The link is appearing. This is the same link that I float like 50 times every day. So yeah, please take up roles. I don't know why isn't it copying? Just give me a second. Yeah, please do it. Please do it. Copy link. I think it will work now though. Yeah. So everyone, please take a minute. And I'm putting 1 minute in the clock. Please take up speakers, evaluator, big four. It will be amazing if we can have at least the Toastmaster of the day and table topics master for next week, so that we can decide the theme today and start building the meeting around it. Sincerely appreciated. And yes, Madam President, thanks for your patience. When the minute will be over, I will hand over the charge back to you. Ten seconds to go. Everyone, speeches, evaluations, no matter what you want, you can note it down. And remember, we may be the only club that doesn't put a cap on the number of speeches. So you don't need to care how many other speeches are there. And 1 minute is over. Over to you, Madam President.
We haven't taken the comments. We haven't taken the comments from the guests. So guest Mehdi, since you are the only online guest.
Yeah, he's the only guest. Yes.
Can we have some comments from you? Guest Mehdi, can we have some comments from your side about the meeting? How did you find it?
Yes, I find it very interesting, and I have attended this meeting 4 times, 3 times physical, and this time online because due to some things, and I am willing to join Toastmasters, but due to some my company matters, that's why I am unable to register till now. but I'm very learning from you people. You people are very interesting. I'm clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehdi. Yes, Madam President.
And do we have any physical guests present?
No. Today, our 99% attendance was of members. So yes.
Okay. So I guess that means the meeting is adjourned. Then no more guests. And that
Thank you
also.
so much, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here. And yes, I will reiterate what Toastmaster Majid Akhtar said and strongly suggest that those who are in Karachi, please turn up at Beach Luxury Hotel. So, DTM Sarfraz, do you wish to say something, sir?